Previously on the Dice Girls.
This is a very important box, but it's very, very important that you do not open the box.
Maybe I should focus on Bahamut while I meditate too. This dude seems pretty cool, and he's a dragon. I mean, you gotta like the dragons.
Have you heard the good word?
I had a wonderful time this evening.
Me too.
Thank you so much for coming out with me. It was lovely.
I had a great time.
So yeah, the three of you spent a couple of weeks at the Scuttle, and you were training. And one afternoon, Bilric gathers all three of you into his office, and he says, "For your very first mission, you're going to be going undercover. You're going to be infiltrating a highly dangerous tiefling cult. You leave first thing in the morning."
What's the plan to get into the tiefling cult undercover? Will Rhakna get to say goodbye to Bart before she leaves? And most importantly, who is Mark? You're about to find out. With sugar and spice and a roll of the dice, you're listening to The Dice Girls.
I'm gonna guess that the three of you probably maybe slept a little fitfully, whether it was from a combination of excitement and fear and whatever else you're feeling about going on this mission this morning. When you wake up the next morning, Bilric has been knocking on your door to wake you up, and he tells you guys to get ready and come and meet in one of the meeting rooms, one of the more private meeting rooms at the Scuttle, which surprisingly you guys have discovered over the past couple of weeks training here is a lot larger than you would expect from just a glance. A lot of it is underground, but it's a pretty sprawling kind of hideout. And Bilric asks you to come to one of those meeting rooms.
We go.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. When you walk into this meeting room, you see several people sitting around a table. They all look up at you as you walk in. Of course, you see Bilric. Romulus is there. You see Rixie. She's sitting at the table as well. Talon is sitting at this table. Nitra is there. And you see an unexpected face at the table. You see Verstum sitting at the table in this room.
Verstum is the guy at the playhouse?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he is the half-orc who runs the playhouse.
Okay.
And they greet you as you walk into the room.
What ho! Rhakna's brother is here. This is exciting. Triggus, we've been over this. It's not Rhakna's brother.
I think when Rhakna and Talon see each other, they like high five. Right? Like that's Talon.
I dig that. Yeah. Yeah. Talon would totally high five Rhakna.
He's like, "Yo, what up?" Man?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Verstum kind of like blushes a little bit at Triggis's silliness and just like he just kind of shakes his head and smiles. "Good morning, Triggus."
Good morning.
Bilric usher points for all of you to have a seat at the table, and he says, "Well, good morning, guys. Are you guys about ready to venture off on this? Not gonna lie, pretty risky adventure."
Yes, we are excited.
We could call it that. Oh, I forgot I was working on a voice for Rhakna.
Oh, nice.
Well, okay. Hang on, I have to like.
No, you're good. Yeah.
I have to like Bahamut.
Yes.
Axes.
I love this warm up so much. Sunflower dress.
Sunflower dress. Where are they? Axes.
Yes. So you guys are pretty excited to go on your adventure, yes?
You could call it that.
Well, I do have, a little bit of information for you guys, of course, before you go. We're not going to send you in blind. About 8 months ago, the gnomes started disappearing, and what we've been told is around the same time, the town of Timbertide experienced a surge of tiefling visitors, which was a little unusual because tieflings usually try to keep to themselves. They don't really trust non-tieflings very often. It's a little unusual. And a lot of them even wound up moving into Timbertide, which was even stranger. And so we don't have a lot of information about what's going on over there. It's just that there's been a couple of people who've sighted some gnomes wandering around Timbertide, but not for very long. And the surge in tiefling presence there just makes us wonder if there's any kind of connection. So we after Verstum here and invited us to come stay at the Scuttle for our safety, we kind of started investigating pretty quickly. Talon here has been going over to Timbertide for the past several months to kind of scope it out and see what's going on. He's going to be coming with you on this adventure because he knows Timbertide pretty well at this point. He also has a contact over there. There is a tiefling that he's been able to kind of make friends with named Guile, and he's going to introduce you guys today, and hopefully you'll be able to kind of work your way into this tiefling. Well, we don't want to call it a cult before we know what it is, but all indications point to some sort of religious activity going on over there with these tieflings. Do you guys have any questions?
Wait, who is coming with us?
Talon, the dragonborn who's trained with Rhakna.
Oh,
you would know him. You've spent
okay.
a couple weeks. You've been at the Scuttle for almost a month. Yeah. So Triggus would know. Triggus knows Talon.
Okay.
They probably get along pretty well, actually. Now that I think about it. Well, before we send you over there, we kind of want to have some sort of a plan. Do you guys have any suggestions on how you could maybe befriend the tieflings without erasing their suspicion? Our team, we kind of have a plan. It's a little risky. If you've got something better, we'd love to use it.
I would like to try singing to them.
I don't think we don't know that much about tieflings. I don't think. Our plan is probably no better than yours.
When Triggus suggests singing, Rixie kind of like snickers a little bit, like she thinks it's adorable. Bilbert kind of just like shakes his head a little. All right, well, that's fair. I don't know if you guys are gonna like this plan very much. Have you all ever heard of the Mark of the Betrayer?
I have.
You've heard of the Mark of the Betrayer.
I've heard of it.
It is it's a mark that is given to people who have pretty strongly betrayed others. And it's kind of an older magic. It's not used very often anymore, but people with nefarious purposes will definitely recognize it. And what the mark is it turns your pupils the red and black bullseyes. So everyone who looks at you can tell that you've betrayed someone. So Mara, you've heard of the Mark of the Betrayer. So you know that it bears some pretty serious weight behind it. For the two of you who haven't heard of it, it's a sign that you have betrayed someone pretty grievously. It's an old magic, and our idea is to give you three the Mark of the Betrayer and have you convince the tieflings that you've betrayed the gnomes in some way so that maybe they will trust you enough to let you in.
Yes, I love it.
Wait. Is this going to be permanent?
It's not permanent. There is only one person who can remove it, and it's the person who gave it to you. So we're gonna have Romulus here. He's already kind of got a mechanic set up to. He's already got an item that's ready for you guys. And once you finish your mission and come back, he will be able to remove the mark, so it won't be permanent.
Okay. I mean, I don't have any better ideas. I think that could work.
Anybody else have any thoughts on getting the mark?
I'm just excited. I don't know who this mark is that you speak of, but I would love to have different colored eyes. I think it would be an amazing change.
All right, that's fair. So our plan here is that we're gonna give you the mark of the betrayer, and you guys are gonna tell the tieflings that you're gonna kind of be mixing truth in, I think, with a little bit of fiction. You're gonna tell them that you found some gnomes in the Carmia caverns, and that the gnomes gifted you with a little trinket in exchange for your silence. But little known to you, as soon as you told the first person about the gnomes, the trinket was a cursed item, and it caused all of your eyes to change to have the mark of the betrayer. And so, understandably now, you three would be pretty upset with the gnomes for doing something like that to you. And so we're hoping that that will be enough to convince the tieflings that you are ready to be on their side and help them kind of do whatever we suspect they might be doing to the gnomes. What do you think? Does that sound okay with the three of you? Are there any other suggestions or different plans?
No, I think that sounds good. Maybe we also tell them that we went back to the caves to try to take revenge upon the gnomes that had marked us, and they were gone already. And so this is our next step to seeking out our revenge. Maybe that way they would believe more that why we were coming to them.
I like it. I like that a lot. And the other people around the table are all kind of smiling and nodding. All right. Well, if you three are ready, we're going to leave the room so that we don't also get the mark of the betrayer. It's going to be a little unpleasant.
Oh, no.
And we apologize for that. But it's all for the gnome resistance.
What's that? What does that mean?
Romulus stands up at this point, and he, you notice now that he is holding the same box that he had tasked you with taking to Claire. And he says to you guys, in this box is something that I told you was going to help out the gnome resistance greatly. Truth be told, it was a test to see if you could, follow directions and be trustworthy enough to help out the gnome resistance. When we leave the room and you guys open this box, you're gonna hear a loud shriek, you're gonna see a blinding bright flash of light, and then when your vision returns to you after a moment, you're gonna have different colored pupils and eyes. You're gonna have the mark of the betrayer. Nothing else unpleasant, just the shrieking is going to be very loud. It's going to be pretty unpleasant. The blinding light is not fun to deal with. Whatever you do, do not break this gemstone that's in this box. It will not end well for you if you do.
Triggus. Yes, we are to break the gem in the box.
No.
Romulus shakes his head. No. And hands the box to Rhakna.
Rhakna's eyes have been huge like the entire time since he pulled out the box. And she takes the box and she holds it so firmly.
And then just slightly out of Triggus'
Yeah.
All right, so Rhakna is holding the box, and the everyone kind of they all stand up from the table at the same time, and they file past you to walk out of the room. Versum kind of pats you guys on the back, and Bilric wishes you good luck, and they leave the room and shut the door.
So now we break the gem, Triggus. How do we do this?
Rhakna scoots the box a little bit further away from Triggus.
Triggus, we are not going to break the gem.
When do we meet Mark?
We're going to meet him in a few seconds.
Okay, I'm ready.
Mark does not want you to break the gem.
Oh, I would not go against Mark.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to offend Mark.
Oh, I love Mark.
Right, is there like a latch on the box or anything?
There is a small latch on the box. It's not locked.
Okay. Rhakna's nervous and she fumbles with the latch. Guys, are we sure about this?
Yes. Magna?
Yeah.
Magna's sure.
Okay, alright, and she's real tense. And she finally flips the little latch open and just kicks open the box.
As soon as the box, even like a crack opens, you hear the most ear-splitting sound that you have ever heard. It's louder than the shrieks of the shriekers that you heard in the Carmia Caverns. It is absolutely terrifying shriek, and it seems to not only fill the whole room, it also seems to be coming from inside your head, which is just a very scary experience. When the box is fully kicked open, there's a hugely bright flash of light, and the three of you are temporarily blinded.
I did not like that song. Please tell me the song will not repeat. Can anyone see? My dark vision is not working. Do I still have dark vision?
Rhakna's gripping the box really firmly the whole time, and I think she goes to try and close it once the lights flashed. Or once she's blind.
Okay. I kind of want you to roll me something for that, but I don't know, blindly closing a box shouldn't be too hard, right?
Well, it depends on how much
roll me
force is
a dexterity check.
Oh boy. 7 + 1, 8.
Okay, yeah, no, you close it, and I'm real glad that's a 7, because from over here it looked like a 1.
Oh.
That gemstone would have broke on a 1, y'all. Oh. Just saying.
Oh my god.
Just saying, critical failure, that gemstone would have shattered.
Wow.
You would have dropped the box, and it would have shattered. Yeah, you close the box, and when you close the box, the shrieking stops. You're still temporarily blinded, but you can see it's starting to fade. You're starting to get your vision back again.
Oh.
I fixed the latch. Latch it up.
Magma, your eyes are glorious. Rhakna, oh my. Do I also have beautiful eyes?
I think they're like targets.
Yes, they're wonderful.
That's the mark of the betrayer.
Mark, yes. Oh. I'm excited. I wish I had a mirror.
Oh dear. Okay, so all three of you have the mark of the betrayer now. Your eyes are red and black bullseyes.
Come on down to the Nine Hells, ran by your favorite blood-boiling demon sorcerer, Sabuk Shimuko, where we've got deals on your favorite cocktails, the Sabuk Sangre, Eshes Ashes, and everybody's one and only favorite, the Anesthetic.
So it's a rash that won't go away? Yeah, no, I think I have something for that. 1 second here. Hey, I'm Anisette, and welcome to From Ash to Cash, where we carry elixirs, potions, and all your alchemical needs. What are you looking for today?
Hey, I'm Mona. Thanks for stopping by. I gotta get back to training the girls. We're working on unarmed strikes today. But come back later this week for the grand opening of the Nine Bells Brothel Dojo. May Lister bless your seed.
Follow their adventures through Malak, the city of sails, on this Pathfinder playtest podcast that we call Wheel or Woe. 2 fresh new verses dropping every Thursday afternoon.
Hey Dicelings, it's Becca, your Dice Girls Dungeon Master, and I'm here again for another solo. First of all, I want to say sorry for the audio issues that we had in this episode. There were some places where it was really quiet, so I had to amp up the volume a bit, and that increases the background noise, blah blah blah. You're not interested in that part, but just so you know, we are still trying to figure out the best settings for the new mixer that we got last month, so thank you so much for your patience, and hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. I want to say thank you to everyone who's listening and tweeting about us using the hashtag #TheDiceGirls. People like @PerplexedPirate, @Matt_James76, and @RollOfBliss have been tweeting about us, and we appreciate it so much. Speaking of things that we appreciate, we want to say a huge hello and thank you to Michael Osnowitz for being our latest patron on Patreon. You guys, we are posting behind-the-scenes stuff on there almost every single day, so give it a look-see at a look-see? Who says that? Go check it out at patreon.com/thedicegirls. One of the things we do post on our Patreon every month is a Q&A session with questions from listeners like you. So if you've got a question for us about our characters or the show, you can tweet it at us at @thedicegirls or send it to thedicegirls@gmail.com. We want to say a huge thank you to everyone who participated in our 1K giveaway. We've announced the winners on Twitter and contacted them, and they'll be receiving some pretty fun goodies from us really soon. Thanks also to Dark Elf Dice and Tabletop Loot for making incredible items that we can get for giveaways like this one. Okay, without further ado, it's time to get back to the show, and I'll chat with you guys next week.
There is a small knock on the door, and you see Verstum peeking in after the shrieking has stopped, and he kind of peeks his head in the door and says, "Are you guys all right in here?"
Yes, look at us. We are magnificent.
You've been given a pretty serious mark. It's a big risk for you guys to take on this mission, and I just want to thank you very much for being willing to do so to help out the gnomes.
You're welcome.
Wait a second. Isn't Talon coming with us?
Yes, Talon will be coming with you.
Shouldn't he have been in here with us?
Talon is going to come with you to a point. Talon is going to come with you to help introduce you to his tiefling friend Guile. I don't know that Talon is going to accompany you the entire mission. He has work that needs to be done here as well, still.
Okay.
But that's a good question. Good observation.
Just a little indignant is all.
Good observation, Rhakna.
I don't want this box anymore. Will someone please take it from me?
Verstum smiles at you and he gently takes the box. Says, yes, yeah, we'll take care of it.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're gonna send Talon back in, and you guys are gonna head off back out to Narstad, and then as soon as you're ready, start headed towards Timbertide. So you should be there shortly after nightfall. It's just a single day's journey to Timbertide. So again, thank you so much for everything, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you, kind sir.
And Verstum turns to leave the room, and then Talon comes into the room. He looks a little shocked when he sees you. He wasn't expecting. I mean, he knew you were getting the mark, but it's quite a change. And he looks a little shocked. Dudes, have you seen yourselves? That's wicked serious.
Master Telcom, have you enjoyed our eyes yet?
That's what I'm talking about, dude. They're great.
Yes.
I love them.
Let's just get this over with.
All right. Let's go. So Talon leads you out of the scuttle and back to Narstad the same way that Rom did now at this point several weeks ago. And you, after you exit that secret hidden tunnel, you find yourself standing in a back alley in the Neaths in Narstad with Talon. And he kind of looks at all of you and says, well, do y'all need to do anything before we head towards Timbertide?
Yes, we need to go say goodbye to Rhakna's boyfriend.
Talon raises his eyebrows a little bit and looks at Rhakna. That's fair, dude. I don't blame you. Let's go.
Do our patchwork cloaks have hoods?
Yes.
I pull up my hood over my eyes.
Good call.
Yeah, Rhakna follows suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should probably buy some new potions. We've got some errands, so we should run real fast before we leave, if you don't mind.
Not at all. Let's go. Where do we need to go first?
Well, let's hit the apothecary so I can get those potions.
Okay. All right. You guys head on over to the apothecary. Talon kind of walks in front of you. He makes sure that he goes in the door first. And he greets the elven man that you remember seeing several weeks ago who brewed you the potion to make you immune to the wildflowers. And Talon walks in ahead of you, and you hear him basically explaining to this elven man that, like, you guys are with him, and it's okay. And the elven man looks a little confused until the three of you walk in, and he sees your eyes, and his eyes get really big. And he looks at Talon questioningly, and Talon just like holds out his hands and nods and says, "No, it's okay, dude. It's okay. They're good." And the elven man looks a little hesitantly, but he asks the three of you, "What can I help you with today?"
Oh, we would like to be immune from death.
That's a pretty big ask, my friend. I don't think even I'm capable of something like that.
We'll take 3.
Well, he looks at Talon again, and Talon just...
Master Talcum.
Talon just kind of shrugs and looks at Triggus, like he's kind of used to it by now, but it's just still... He just... The elven man looks at the two of you, Rhakna and Mara, for some guidance here.
Rhakna hates this. I mean, not because of Triggus. I think she kind of like can't help but like snicker a little about Triggus, but this is super uncomfortable for her, and it's like dredging up bad memories of having to have someone explain her presence before she walks into a room so that no one will be shocked when they see her because she's big and green and that just wasn't normal where she was from. So so she's super uncomfortable right now.
Yeah, I feel like Mara's a little uncomfortable too because she spent her whole life trying to blend in. And now that's not blending in anymore. So she's just kind of like keeping her head down.
Yeah.
And her hood up. So it's like, don't look at me.
Yeah. You guys are definitely not blending in right now. At all. The elven man says, well, I don't have... What did you ask for, Triggus?
To be immune from death.
Well, I don't have any death immunity potions, but I've got some healing potions for sale if you guys are interested.
Absolutely. How much?
Well, our healing potions are normally 45 gold pieces, but I'm gonna for you guys, and he winks. We're gonna make them 20 for today.
I'm now broke, but I have +1 potion.
All right, so make a note of that on your sheets. Is there anything else I can help you guys with today?
That's it for me.
I think that's it.
All right. Well, good luck in whatever you're doing.
Thank you.
Talon kind of does a little bow, and you guys leave the apothecary. All right, dudes, where do you need to go next?
To go see Barney. We need to see him before we leave.
Rhakna tenses up again.
So, dudes, I've been thinking about that a little bit. I don't know if your boyfriend... I don't know how he would feel about all this, and he kind of, like, gestures to his eyes.
If we need to go there, that's fine. I don't want to go in.
Okay. Yeah, that might be for the best.
Yeah, she'd be mortified. She'd be horrified about him seeing her like that. So, especially just with the reaction they had with just the potion master, the apothecary. Mm-hmm. So she definitely wouldn't want to go see Bart right now. So.
Yeah, because I mean, I know he's a good dude and all, but I don't. As far as I know, he doesn't know anything about our club, so I wouldn't be able to explain anything to him.
Could we give money to Talcum so that he could go in and buy the blow?
Yeah, sure. I'll grab whatever you need.
Okay.
I like Bart. Please. He's a good fella.
Here's some money.
All right. Triggus gives Talon the correct amount of gold, and Talon goes into the blacksmith and comes out a few moments later with a blowgun and 16 darts and hands them to you, Triggus, and says, man, I hope you've got good aim with these, because if you hit one of us, it's going to hurt.
Uh-oh. Oh, that hadn't occurred to me. I will make sure that you all stand back as I blow.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Talon snickers. And, all right, is there anywhere else we need to go before we leave town?
One more stop, please.
Yeah?
I need to go see Claire.
Ah, all right. A good quest for sure. Claire is a very interesting lady. You know, I wouldn't mind asking Claire a question myself. So yeah, let's head on over to Claire's. And you guys all walk over to Claire's hut. And she steps outside as you get there, and she doesn't look shocked at your eyes. She just kind of smiles at the three of you. Ah, I see you are back.
Yeah, you knew we'd be coming though, right?
I did.
So you know I have a question for you.
I do.
Should we go inside then?
Let us go inside.
Yeah,
All right, so do all of you go in?
Yes.
Okay, and Talon also follows as well. It's a little crowded in her hut with all 5 of you now in there, but she sits at the table and gestures for all of you guys to sit down as well. And when you do, she kind of looks around the table and says, please understand, I will require payment this time, and I will only answer 1 question apiece. If that is agreeable with the 3 of you, the 4 of you, we can continue.
I got you, ladies. I have 59 gold.
Well, I do not require gold. What I am asking for is a favor. 1 favor, I don't have anything in mind yet, but at a later date, if I come to you with a favor, it will be considered repayment for the answering of your question. Does that sound fair?
Yes.
I'll do anything.
She raises her eyebrows a little bit. And Talon also nods his head in agreement. Okay, 1 favor for 1 question. Who would like to go first?
I would.
Yes, sir.
I would like to know why Magma sings in her sleep and doesn't seem very musical when she's awake.
Is that snoring? Is that snoring, or is she was singing in her sleep and I forgot?
You snore, so you can't hear her. Yes.
Mara sings in her sleep now.
Yes. Very lovely. I would love to hear it during the daytime.
Oh no.
Claire smiles. She is very amused by this question, you can tell. I would suspect there's a great deal you do not know about your friends. Especially Mara.
Oh.
Maybe you should get to know them a little better, and you will find your answers that you seek.
Confusing. Yes. I think Mara's just like stiff as a board, like she frozen, like she cannot move.
Talon actually, he kind of, after your answer, he kind of like raises his hand a little bit, like, you guys mind if I go next?
Oh, go ahead.
He kind of looks down at his hands for a minute, and you can tell he's a little bit nervous. And he looks at Claire and he asks, how do I know if following a specific faith is better than just general spirituality? And it's like a really deep question from Talon. Like, you guys have never heard him. He's all like dudes and bros, and like this is a pretty deep question for him, and you can tell it means a lot to him. And Claire also obviously knows that it's very important to him, and she smiles gently at him and responds, "My friend, there is no better or worse when it comes to worship. The real question lies in whether or not you choose to answer." And Talon looks a little more confused than he did before, but he kind of nods. Yeah, all right, I expected something like that. That's fair. And Claire looks at Mara and looks at Rhakna.
I don't think Mara is going to risk asking a question.
Makes sense, yeah.
Mara, I know you don't have a question for me.
No.
But I do have a message for you.
Oh, no.
The name of a thing is just as important as the thing itself. The name you have chosen means so much more than even you know. It completes a puzzle forgotten to time.
What? I feel like Mark's just kind of like gaping like a fish, like, what?
And then she looks at Rhakna.
Rhakna wrings her hands a little nervously.
Claire nods encouragingly at you.
She's been kind of looking down, but when she asks her question, she looks up and she looks Claire in the eyes. And she says, "Is my father alive?"